So what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. How are you, bro?
I'm doing pretty good. Um, did always happens, bro. As soon as I get in front of a mic.
Yeah. Don't think about it.
Yeah, I know. How was your week? We're kind of midweek, so what'd you do this week?
This week has been transitioning, to say the least. So I'm just really been moving around, seeing a lot of people, networking with a lot of old people, new people.
Yeah.
Like kind of just getting in the mix of things since I've kind of been out of state for a bit. So just coming back in state, seeing everyone and finding out what's what, really.
Gotcha. Where'd you go?
So I was in Atlanta for a while, and then I had a house in Ohio as well.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. So we'll jump right into it.
Yes, sir.
Growing up, how was your life like as a kid?
My life as a kid, man, growing up was different. It's a great way to describe it. I was adopted.
Mm-hmm.
I had some different trials and tribulations, to say the least.
For sure.
But I had a support system, and I definitely would say that growing up it was unique for me because I had different people to kind of step up and fill in roles. So I got unique perspectives. So that helped me become a more rounded man. But it was difficult, and I also learned now as a grown man like what affected me as a child that I was just numb to.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of learn how to like cope with it now.
Yeah, or actually just figure out like, wow, that was the reason or can be like the source of some feelings and emotions.
Yeah, I always try to look at it that way. Like any type of like struggle or anything in your life, it always happens for a reason. I like to picture it as like character building.
Agreed.
Like you don't realize it in the time it might suck, but
it sucks.
It's all
so
for
bad.
a reason.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to fail in order to be able to get back up.
Right.
Make an even stronger thing. So you played high school. You played football in high school, right?
Agreed. Yeah.
Did y'all win state that year?
So we won state 06 and 07. So I played from 06 to 10. So we won state 06 and 07 as well as national championships, and then 9 and 10, or excuse me, 06 and 7. And then I graduated in 10, but the way they got it set up, I played the 8 and 9 year. So 2008, 2009. Yeah. So we didn't win state in 08 and 09. We were runners up, but we did set the state record then at 53 wins in a row, and we were part of some good history.
Yeah.
So, a lot of my friends went off to play in the NFL and college ball, of course, but I chose the music route and entertainment, which was crazy.
So becoming like an artist, how did you know that like, okay, this would be like something that I can actually do?
Got you. I would say when I used to go to the skating ring, and I would have to be the guy who would like beatbox, and like I feel let me say seasoned. I'm not gonna say old, but I feel seasoned because like this is at the time we didn't really have like speakers and stuff like that. It wasn't a YouTube. You could just pull up beats and play them.
Yeah, if you had speakers, or you had a little MP3 player.
Right.
Yeah.
We beating on the desk and making so I'm beatboxing and stuff. So I was like the guy who made the beats for guys like with my mouth like beatboxing, and I'm like, man, I could rap, man. I wrote down a rap, and then from there I went back to the skating ring and I memorized my rap, and then I started saying it. And I'm very young at this point, so like middle, maybe like 5th, 6th grade. So I'm like, wow. And then my football team, we would rap as well. So it's kind of something that I was good at a lot of things, but I felt music I could be great at, and I had the edge, and I felt like I could perfect my craft and be something with it. So I ran with it on that.
Well, that's what's up, dude. And you're actually like pretty big. I didn't realize. I think the first time that I ever kind of realized who you were, it was I think a Fort Meade Bartow football game.
Okay.
There was like a big old crowd. I don't know. I think you were handing out your CDs down there or something.
I don't remember.
Everybody was saying like Leegit's down there, Leegit's down there. So I walked down there. I don't remember what grade I was in, but I know I was legit. I got a picture of you, and I went and told my parents, and they were like, "You do understand that like he goes to our church,
right?"
And I was like, "No, I didn't."
Yeah, that's cool. No, I think I remember that time because we would just go out, and that's a good way to promote it. Just be on the scene, go out and do that kind of stuff, talk to people, and create memories like that. So we learned that as building a team early on. We built like strategies like that.
Yeah, I thought about getting some like business cards or something and putting like the thing on there and handing them out to like everybody.
No, that would be perfect, and then put a QR code on there so you can do the link, and it'll be very helpful to you, bro.
Yeah, for sure. When did you know that like did you know like when you were gonna kind of blow up?
Nah, not at all. And I feel like it's a progression. As an artist, we're only, as a musical artist, we're only as good as our last piece of work.
Yeah.
And we're judged by that as well. So as an artist, sometimes we have, I would say, mountaintops and valleys. To say an example, like we can be at the top of the mountain, drop a great song, people love it, and it gets a lot of traction, and does well, makes a lot of money, and then we can drop another song, and it could do nothing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And also, I was just talking to one of my guys about this. Is like we get caught in the trap of trying to please other people with our music sometimes, and we lose the sight of what we want to be and what we want to say, and like even bigger artists, but independent artists, we can do what we want, but still, if we put something out and we don't get a response from it, that's what changes your mindset. You're like, hold on, well, this isn't working. Maybe I need to rap about something up. Right. You want to rap different, talk different, or sound different, and new beats. Let me change my genre or something. So a lot of those things play into the effect. But
yeah, bro, I don't know nothing about that. I want to say when I was like a freshman in high school or something, I would write a few raps down in my notes. Same to my boys when we was like.
I feel like everybody went through the phase. Yeah, at least it stuck with me though. I feel like everybody went through a phase, and I just kept doing it.
I was alright, but I just was like, I probably can't do this. But
so that's one thing. Not to cut you off, but it shows like it's so many layers to like being an entertainer and just because. Sometimes you go to it, like back in the day, you would go to a label with a little bit of talent and they would groom you, put you together, give you to the world, package you up. These days, it's like you need to be developed. You need to be ready.
You get it on your own.
Yeah, off your own. You need to have fans, be selling, making money, selling merch by yourself independently.
Exactly.
And then they kind of boost you with a big machine behind you.
Yeah.
So the formula is different now, but it still is like, it gives you a perspective on how many layers of like, you can be able to rap good. You can maybe be able to write good, but what can you perform? Can you get in front of a lot of people? Can you talk about your stuff? Can you sell it? Can you market it? So or do you look like how you sound? Or sometimes people they forget that color is what they see, and music is what they hear. They get their senses confused, and we run into that a lot sometimes. But we're from Polk County, so people from Polk County they understand like
exactly.
That's how we
I feel like it's just different here.
It is for sure.
It's just different.
In Florida, that to say the least is different. But we understand that. But other places, as I travel up north and stuff, they be like, hold on, this is like they put you in a box sometimes, but not to just say up north, but some people.
You ever find like any like problems with the industry?
Definitely a lot of problems, a lot of snakes, a lot of people that are in it for themselves. I found that a lot of people, most people don't want to work with you unless they benefit, unless they make some type of profit, whether it be monetary or social. So that happens a lot. And I also found that the more I get higher up into the ranks, the more like easy it is to there's like it's a power players in certain situations to where like if you don't have their approval in certain situations, it's hard to. They're like gatekeepers, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like with the whole like we won't promote your stuff type deal.
Sometimes, but it's just like you got to know the right people to get the right things done.
Oh yeah, that's with anything.
And if you don't have that connection, sometimes it's all about like sometimes people say it's all about who you know, but I like to say it's all about who knows you.
Yeah, exactly.
And who can you get on the phone? Who can you call and they answer? Because a lot of people in my phone book, sometimes they, my address book or my contacts, they might not answer. Some people do, but it's a balance. So you just try to find good contacts and good people. Like it's good and bad people in every walk of life, every kind of industry. But there's a lot of deceitful people in the entertainment industry, to say the least.
Heck yeah, you're very outspoken, I can tell, because I suck at talking most times.
Man, I just feel like I am a student of communicating. Yeah. So with me wanting to make sure I am able to articulate and communicate, I want to at least find, like, the first thing I do is find common ground with people. Yeah. A lot of people, they'll find differences first, or they'll find like I'm not that, you're that, I'm this. Yeah. And if I can just build a bridge first with you and find common ground, our communication will just
how are we the same?
Structurally have a foundation. So that helps a lot.
For sure. I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Yeah, keep it in your pocket, man.
Yeah, for real. So what is like the most famous person that you've ever like met or like hung out with, or
Okay, so a cool story is I'm in Miami. This is a couple years ago when the 49ers and the Chiefs were playing.
Okay.
So I'm in Miami and I'm hanging out with a DJ and he's just basically he's consulting me, helping me, meet some people. And we run around. I meet like Fabulous. I meet some different people. So I'm like, cool, it was a good weekend. And then I'm about to leave. And then suddenly he calls me. He's like, hey, I got a Super Bowl party for us to go to. Because I was just about to fly back home and watch the Super Bowl at home.
Yeah.
But he calls me, said, I got booked for a gig and let's go to the Super Bowl party. And you can be my guest and we'll go to the party. So I get the address and it's like, I'm like, oh, let me not take no regular Uber. I had to get like the Uber XL, like black truck boys. You feel me? But the address was like One Star Island, and I'm like, if you know anything about South Florida, like everybody lives on Star Island.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about South Florida.
So in Miami, Star Island is where a lot of celebrities, a lot of wealthy people live, rich people. So
gotcha.
It's like right by the harbor. So you pull in and you go over this bridge, and we were going and we're at Diddy's house. So I watched the Super Bowl in Diddy's backyard.
Yeah.
So I pull up and we get out and I meet the DJ and we walk in together. And first I think it was Iman Shepherd. He was there. So I dap him up, he said what's up. My DJ introduced me. Then I come around the corner and I meet Diddy and 2 Chainz at the same time.
Oh dang.
But I mean that was a cool thing. But then I look around and it's just like it was a type of party where you want to pull your camera out and be like, look where I'm at.
Yeah, but you don't want to be like
I was that guy.
Yeah.
Because I would have been definitely like they would have noticed. No one else had their phone out like that. But like it was people left and right. Like I seen Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion to get together there. Lizzo, like it was so many different artists. I couldn't remember them all, but the food was so good, the drinks were so good. But the best part of the night is we left from there, went to Club Live, and I met Lil Wayne. So I met Wayne and his daughter was there with him, and like we were just the DJ walked me up to the section and I got to say hello to him and stuff. So
dang,
that's my favorite rapper. So that was
that's my girlfriend's brother's favorite rapper.
Oh yeah,
y'all are probably around the same. How old are you?
Let's see, 91. So
I'm like, y'all did. Right?
Yeah, because you gotta do it like that. You gotta do it like that.
I got you. But yeah, that was his favorite rapper too. I think y'all are closer to the same age.
I'm Priest Holmes. Anybody know Priest Holmes?
I don't.
You can't give it to him either. Priest Holmes is an old Chiefs running back.
Okay.
But nah.
If you can do anything, like, if you could go back in time and do anything different, would you? And why?
Yes, 100%. I feel like everybody should and would want to.
Yeah.
But if I could go back in time, I would take control of my own career in every aspect and not put my career's jeopardy in another man's hands.
Okay.
And then I would make sure I find professionals and not just count on my homeboys in certain situations because they did the best they could. But just realizing that
people that know,
right? Like professionals that do it. So they like I don't want to be the smartest guy in the room, and sometimes nobody really knew.
Yeah, they're not really as into it as you are.
Exactly, because now they're not, and now they're full-time family men. They got their other passions and careers.
Exactly.
So that's one thing I wish I could do better. I feel like I would definitely be in a better situation. And also there was a couple times where I should have moved. Like I should have left Polk sooner.
Yeah.
Because I was in Polk for a while after I graduated and. I kind of was living off of my fame and locally in that situation. So I know I needed to branch out and I should have probably did it sooner. But I was here doing shows and doing things like that. So I was eating from where I was from, but I definitely should have branched out sooner, went to Atlanta sooner, did things like that. But just looking back, I definitely just wish I took advantage of some opportunities better.
Yeah.
But
I understand that. Mm-hmm. But you learn, you live and you learn.
You live and learn, and hopefully, my motto is don't make the same mistake twice.
Yeah, and learn from them.
Yeah, and hopefully I can learn from someone else's mistake next time.
Yeah, that's I think I always say this because both my older brothers are older. I'm the youngest brother.
Okay.
So I can always I would say Nathan. I mean, he makes mistakes, but I feel like Nathan is my oldest brother.
Okay.
And then you got Caden. I don't feel like he is kind of one that's got to learn for himself. Mm. You can tell him one thing, but he's got to figure it out by himself. And then I'm kind of the one that just like, okay, y'all messed up doing this. Let me not do that.
Right. You can see them. You can see their mistakes. So you're the wisest guy in the room if you can learn from all
other people's mistakes.
Your dads, your grandpas, your brothers, or just even a man on the street. Like if you see somebody walk across the street and get hit by a car, be like, hold on, I don't think that's the right thing to do next time. Yeah. Like it's just common sense isn't common. So most of the time when we come across things, we just try to have the best judgment and it's different. Experience helps all, right?
Yeah. So how'd you go about like advertising your stuff, like when you went out?
So it changed on me. So advertising when I first started doing music was handing out CDs. Yeah. Was promoting myself via mouth to like hand. Excuse me. How do you say it? Word of mouth. I didn't want to like slip up. Pause. Like promoting people to people, you know. So as a kid, I would go to track meets, and I'm sorry, I ain't got you. We can put this in the bloopers. But not promoting myself. It was a lot of aspects like handing out CDs, talking to people, and going to like as a kid, I would go in high school, go to the track meets, and I would participate, and then I would be rapping at the track meets, and that helped me tremendously because it would be like 5 or 6 schools come to the track meets, and then they would all break off and be like, oh, did you hear about this white boy rapping? Yeah. And it was I made sure that I would freestyle, and I figured out how to, like, I broke down freestyling to where like I could remember some raps and then make some raps up, put your name in it, and then it was the shock value for people. I was shocked people because they probably didn't expect it from me, so I was able to use that, and that was early on promotion, got my name around in the city. From there I went and I made a song for my high school, so that was helpful, and that promoted me well. And then from there I made a dance song called Bend and Get It, and that was
I had that one on the CD.
Right, that's when YouTube started popping for me, and I used the internet. So Bend and Get It would be the first time I was really like, oh, the internet can be helpful.
Dude, I hate to cut you off, but the other day I was talking to my parents, I think it was on Easter, when I hit you up and I told him that I was going to be able to do it. And his wife was like, kind of didn't know who you were and stuff. So my older brother, Caden, he played the song, and he's got like a little, I think she's like 1.5 years old. Mm-hmm. He started playing it, and she started like dancing to it. I should have got it on the video, but she started dancing to it. And then his wife was like, oh, I know this song. This is him?
Oh, yeah, that's fire.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that was pretty cool. Anyways, what were you saying? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, not at all. That's we were talking about Bend and Get It, so that was just an example of the song. So that was my first. I would say Bend and Get It was my first song that I put out that kind of I felt the power of the internet. And from there we just learned and adapted to the online marketing. Yeah. From now, like we do Facebook marketing, social media campaigns. From everybody's on TikTok doing stuff, but really it's just today is building content that users and fans want to see, and putting it on every platform available. Yeah. And really seeing where you get the most traction at, and then mashing the gas or putting more flame or put more fire on that flame. So that's an easy way to start it off. Is like I have also some campaigns where I help like small businesses and consult with people, because all the information I've gathered, data and money I've spent on stuff, I'm just able to help other people with their stuff and campaigns. So I help other artists and small businesses. So that's fulfilling for me too as well. But just online campaigning and really learning how to like social engage and then keep people to where they funnel. A word that I've learned is funneling, and that's like taking, you might have let's just say you have 1,000 fans, but what percent of that can you turn into a customer? Can we turn into they're going to come support the merch for the podcast. They're going to support the Patreon, support the places where you can see exclusively. For sure. Like that's the funnel effect that we're looking for. So taking the value of you already, and then just putting a little strategy behind
Making it like a community instead of just being followers.
Exactly. People want to engage, and if you're willing to engage with them, you can create a bond where people feel, they want to feel like they know you. And then you have to, like, it's the same thing with music. Like there's enough music in the world right now that we don't need to make music anymore. But you have to be wanted, right? Until you're needed. Like, exactly. So people want to listen to me. I'm like, that's amazing. I appreciate it, because I expect nothing. I just appreciate everything. So it works for me.
Yeah. I'm actually about to get in some samples for my merch. Finally got some merch I'm trying to sell.
Bro, you got to, man. It's a part of it. But just be strategic with it, but then try to create something cool with it. Do some giveaways, get all your family in it. Make sure you promote them. People out there, they don't know that's your cousin, your sister, anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
They just see people supporting it. So that helps a lot. Just definitely keep doing that. Let me know when it comes in. I'll definitely like to try.
All right, I appreciate it.
Is that shirt from Zara?
Hollister.
Oh, Hollister.
I got it the other day. I got this whole fit the other day.
I like it.
Yeah, I had to get something. I need some new clothes.
Yes,
I got this shirt, another shirt that kind of looks like it, but it's like blue and tan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So what year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2020, but I'm supposed to be graduated in 2021. Okay. So I graduated not too long ago.
Okay.
It feels like forever for me, but...
Right. You already been through a pandemic since you've been out.
I graduated the year of the pandemic. So we went on spring break. They said, like, we're just going to take spring break early. And we had just heard about, like, what it is and where it's at and stuff. We kind of just thought, like, oh, this is another Ebola situation. Mm-hmm. And so we weren't worried about it. And then we came to school one day, and they were like, we're taking spring break a week early. We was like, sweet, whatever. And we got to the end of spring break, and they was like, y'all ain't coming back. We'll see you at graduation.
Right.
They made us graduate. We went in the AC. We had to go out to, I think it was Tiger Town, and graduate in the heat.
On the field?
It was so bad. Yeah, you couldn't be super close to nobody. Everybody had to wear masks.
Wow, 6 feet.
It was terrible. We didn't have a prom. We didn't have no grad bash.
You know, like back when you look back and like in the history books, like people are gonna be wearing masks. Like, oh yeah, that's the pandemic.
People still wear masks.
It worked. I mean, I was traveling at the time, so I had to be on an airplane wearing a mask nonstop. So it was terrible. Yeah. Especially guys with beards, like, you know, strong beard, and then it just messes you up.
Holding it down, it probably kind of hurts.
Definitely, all that. It's hot.
Yeah, I do feel that. I worked at Publix, so I had to wear one every day. I hated that.
Boy. It sucks, bro.
It was terrible.
We made it through, though.
Yeah, finally.
Light at the end of the tunnel.
So who would you want to work with, like, in like a collab for a song, or like who's your number one that you want to work with?
I'm a Swiftie, man. I'm just kidding. No, I just who would I want to work with for a collab? There's a lot of producers that I really would like to work with, but artist wise, somebody that I can organically kind of have a relationship with. I know just me being a artist at my level now, just doing songs with people that we really don't like know or something like that. It's not as natural. So if I always find, even if you're not the best artist, if I can meet you and have a natural vibe, I don't mind doing collaborations with them. So
I got you.
But to name like a big name person, if I could do a song with Lil Wayne, I feel like he'd bring the best out of me. Yeah. In a sense of like rapping.
That would be dope.
That'd be awesome. And then, of course, I really just, I don't know, man. It's a lot of people that, like, what kind of new artists do you like? Do you listen to?
Dude, I don't even know, honestly, because all I do now is I go to work, I come home, I go to the gym. I don't be looking for no new music, so it would probably be, I mean, to be honest, most of the time I'll go to Pandora when I go to the gym. Okay. 2010s hip hop and rap radio.
That's what you listen to. And because you know all the songs. And artists. I got you.
Takes me back like when I was a kid.
It's amazing how we can hear music and it brings us to a moment in time, a memory. I just think that music,
the nostalgia.
It locks a piece of time attached with it, like where you remember where you're at.
It like creates memories. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was actually at the gym the other day, and that song, Florida Love, that you had put out.
Okay, yeah.
I think that was my favorite one you put out.
Okay, my boy. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that song came on. I like that song.
Yes, sir. That was a good commercial, guys. I hope you really, really enjoy that.
I should do a commercial when I get my
your merch.
When I get that merch in, I'll do like a little ads.
You could do one now. Say merch coming soon. Get them ready.
Oh yeah, that's true. I usually do it in the intro.
Show them what it'll look like. Yeah, give them a little sneak peek.
That's true. So I got a question. You want me to have it for like a secret and don't tell nobody till it comes out that you're on it, or you want me to like?
You could do it, bro.
All right, bet.
But if whatever's best for your promotion.
I don't know. I've only ever done it like it's a secret type deal.
Okay.
Like figure out who's next.
That'll
you gotta watch it to figure out.
That'll be good. So I like that, but maybe to get more viewers and get more stuff going, we could promote it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You know, I can repost it, some stuff, and just some people that are my fans that want to see me answer some questions.
Yeah,
that'll be great too. So that'll get them on to whatever you're doing.
So, all right, so I gotta ask, how long have you been growing your hair out?
Probably like 5 years.
Long time.
So it's like down to my back. But I'm due for a haircut. So if y'all zoom in on me right here, what's up? I'm due for a haircut. Shout out my barber.
What's his name? Shout him out.
Oh, my shout out to My Touch Barbershop, Professor P. Been cutting my hair for like 10 plus years.
Oh, dang.
Always like that's like my my mental therapist at the same time. Like it's always a great time. But I gotta shout out my cousin Frankie as well. He's a barber.
Yeah, he cuts my hair sometimes. Well, I ain't had a haircut in a long time. I'm trying to grow mine out now.
Yeah,
like all of it. Cause I had that haircut, I think when I was a jit.
Yeah.
And then my problem was it was like on the side of my head.
Okay.
So I buzzed it off. Then I kind of did like I guess it's a mullet, but it ain't really a mullet. Kind of just like it's long on the top and the back, and then it's like a little temp fade on the side.
I've seen that before.
And then I was just like, I'm gonna just grow it all out, see what it looks like. Not like crazy long, but like long.
Just see what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. Sometimes I wish I grew out the sides, because if I don't get a haircut, that's like the ugly side. That's where it gets ugly.
Starts to lay down.
Yeah, like so. I got to keep it low so it all looks like a fade.
I like it though.
Thank you,
man. I like it though.
Appreciate it. I think I had to find, because I would always get compared to like MGK or some other white rappers. So I'm like, man, I got to make sure, because I got to find my style. And so my beard finally grew in. And then I'm like, let me just grow out my hair. And I started just getting the fades. Yeah. And at first I would do like just a style with it or something. And I'm like, it got long enough. I figured out the bun, the top knot, and it worked out. So I got a sticker for you too before I leave.
All right, bet. Speaking of MGK, I feel like when he first, maybe not when he first came out, but when I first heard about him, he was cool. He was all right. But now he's just like getting all like real emo.
He in a different category now.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's weird. That thing just died.
Oh,
piece of junk.
Hey, but we still got good light in here, y'all.
Oh, yeah. I'm not really worried. That's the first time I ever used it anyways.
It had a battery in it?
And I don't know. When I first bought it, I opened it up and it wouldn't turn on. And then when I got the charger, it said it was a charger. So I was like, okay, well, at first I thought I had to plug it into the wall. And then I was just like, I'm not even going to use this. But I charged it for like maybe 10 minutes. So, yeah.
It's a good piece. It just needs a charge. Man.
Yeah.
Got you.
But yeah, what I was talking to you about earlier about getting a different camera lens, it'll be way better with the lens. Maybe a wider one. That way I can. And I want a new mixer. Okay. Because this one's only for like.
Your focus right, yeah. Yeah,
it's only for 2 mics. And then I have to really record it off my computer. But I want a mixer. I think it's like a Rode. I don't know what it's called, but it's got like 4 mics, 4 headsets, and then it records on that mixer, so I don't have to worry about my computer or nothing.
There you go.
Just transfer it over.
I seen some of those at Best Buy for like podcasting specific, or they might have them on Amazon.
Yeah, I've seen a few on Amazon. Some of them are expensive, but I'm trying to find the cheap that works.
Get you something that you can build with, man.
Exactly. Somewhere to get me started, which I think I'm doing pretty good right now with everything that I got. A lot of stuff was free. I did pay for a lot of stuff, but I wish I would have kept receipts, because my mom said something about being able to like claim it on taxes or something.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, but I can't anymore because I don't have any receipts.
Well, maybe check your bank statements if you swipe the card.
Yeah, maybe.
You can work with that.
Yeah.
Possible.
For sure. Have you ever thought, you know who Polk County Slim is?
Yeah, that's my boy, man. We got a song together.
Oh, for real? I was going to ask if y'all would if you ever thought about doing a song with him.
It never came out, but I have it. I'll send it to you. I'll text it to you. But it's a good song. That's my boy. He came to my video shoot when one of my biggest songs is a song called Wet, and for the ladies, and it's probably like at 15 million streams now, so it does well. But he came to that video shoot, and I had spoke to him before, but that's when we had initially like met. Cool guy, and then we went and recorded after that. So
yeah, he's from Fort Meade.
Yeah, shout out to the Meade.
That's where I'm from.
Okay.
Little small town.
Nah, man, I used to have a girlfriend in Fort Meade. Yeah, she's terrible. She broke my heart. So I'm really probably too toxic now because of her.
Dude, we can talk about that.
Let's talk about toxic girls in Fort Meade.
How women can like change a man.
Oh, see, you heard what
completely.
I said.
Yeah.
Women can change
toxic
a man
girls
completely. Nah, women can change a man completely, and I would just say like it's the other way around. Man could change a woman.
Yeah, 100%.
And I feel like ultimately, like if you're with a person and you're like putting your all into a relationship, you're bound to change. Hopefully, it's for the better.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really know. Like women have changed me in some assets to where like when you're with a woman, you act a certain way, which is you know, which is expected. But at the same time, when you're single, it's like just a less heavy load that you're carrying. So it's like just a relief. I don't know, for me, myself at least, that I feel. But are you're not married or nothing, bro?
No, I'm not married. I got a girlfriend, but I'm not married.
Okay. Don't let her hear this, but be easy. Take it slow. But
no, I know what you mean.
how many times have you followed your dreams?
How many times have I followed my dreams? Well, I would say my first dream was to go to the NFL.
Okay.
And after high school, I kind of stopped doing all that. And then when I got out of high school, my initial plan was to go to this school in Tennessee. It was a 12-week school, but I was going to learn how to be a jeweler, basically. Okay. And I wanted to start my own business doing, like, jewelry and stuff.
I think that's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was like $12,000 for a 12-week school or something like that. Mm-hmm. I didn't end up doing it. I was just like, you know what, I ain't going to do it. So now, because mainly what I was just worried about when I got out of high school, because I moved out a day before I turned 18. I was just trying to get out of the house. So I finally got out of the house. I moved into an apartment with my girlfriend and her brother. And then we left that apartment and we were living in like a shack, dog. Like a shack. Like concrete walls. It rained one time and the roof started pouring on us, like on my bed.
No.
Yeah, it was bad. And then me and my girlfriend just moved in here probably last year, I think. Congrats. So that was my main, like, that was what I was trying to do. Mm-hmm. But now that kind of happened, I'm working my job, all that, I really kind of got inspired to, like, start up this podcast. And if it blows or it doesn't blow, it really doesn't matter to me. And I'll say this all the time, all I really care about is like the one or two people that watch the podcast and maybe want to change their life, like there somehow.
The inspiration
that's all I'm really worried about. So I want to do that. And that's what I'm doing this for. I guess that's me chasing my dreams. So that, and I've been thinking about like starting up like a vlog or something just every day in the life. I don't really do much right now, but like going to the gym, I can make like gym workouts. I don't look that big. Mm-hmm. But like,
my boy,
I'm one.
I know you get it in.
Yeah, I was like 190 last year, or no, I'm 190 now. I was like 150 last year.
There you go.
I've only been working out for a year, so making some progress. I like it. That's all I really do. So
yeah,
hopefully I can maybe do something with that.
Yeah, I feel like finding you're like young enough to experience enough.
Yeah.
And keep experiencing different things. Like I was impressed when you said you wanted to be a jeweler. Like that's a different thing, but it's very, very profitable, very cool, expressive. You know, you can be like an artist in a sense, and then this kind of stuff just helps you bringing people on. And you know, imagine if you bring people on and you create pieces or something. Yeah, you have a lot of,
or even like with merch, start like if it gets big enough, start doing like real cool merch drops and like worrying about like the feel of clothes, like. Yeah,
making like more quality than quantity.
Yeah, exactly.
That could be something unique to you.
Yeah.
But no, man, definitely I want you to know that like they're like making it out of Polk County as possible.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing that I like to show people and tell people, like, and you're only one yes away from your dreams coming true.
For sure.
You know,
for sure.
One opportunity, one decision, one situation that can present itself, just be ready.
Yeah.
And your job right now is to experience life, get ready for whatever is coming your way, and make sure that you have the best reaction.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only thing you can control is the way you react to things.
Yeah.
So just keeping a sane mind and making sure you follow your dreams and really like break your dreams down to goals and break your goals down to steps.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's logical.
Kind of what I try to do, because like I got it down for like, how am I gonna word this? So you got a goal, but you can make like day-to-day things that you can do to like officially achieve that goal.
Agreed. So the secret to success is in your daily routine.
Yeah,
that's exactly where it's what I would say.
So like most times, I don't really do it every day, but I'll make like a reel every other day or something.
Mm-hmm.
And like from the podcast, I'll put it on like all socials.
I would say I'd recommend trying a different strategy. So instead of doing it every other day, you're putting pressure on yourself to like, if I don't do it, nothing gets done. Yeah. Right. And that's cool if you can work under that kind of situation. But I would say a different strategy that might be helpful to you is setting out a day and time to where you edit and you put together multiple pieces of content. Just like when we watch Netflix, they don't just have one of the episodes shot. They got the whole season shot, ready to go. And as much as we want to watch, we can consume the whole thing.
I got you.
So if you can kind of line up content to where you have it daily, because every other day on the socials right now is not as beneficial as it could, because if you can be consistent and hit it every day, and honestly, like multiple posts, like you got to do your story post, you got to do a carousel post where it's swiping, you got to do your reels, you got to do TikToks, and it's, of course you can repurpose content, but if you can find a day, set aside an hour, make 30 pieces of content, that's 3 pieces of content for 10 days at least, and then you can go for the next, like break it down into 10 days and the quarters like that, or something. But definitely try to get ahead of it with the content. Or like me myself, I might go shoot some content, bring 2 or 3 outfits, change my shirt if I'm doing something from the waist up, just be able to like we go down to Lauderdale or Miami and get content, just change our clothes and just make the most of where we're at. Because we know that it's sometimes where we might not feel like going out the house. We might not feel like even picking up the phone or going, might want to lay down and chill. Yeah. But I got content saved. And then after you set it aside, put it in your draft. Get it ready to go. All you got to do is hit go. Or they have it now where you have a, scheduled post.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that. I did that on some of the podcasts. But I'll definitely take that into consideration.
Yeah, try it out. And customize it. It might not be exactly how I did it, but chew the meat, throw away the bone. So that works for you.
See what works and go with it. Yeah, I see that.
But stack it up. Stack it.
Yeah, like a lot of content.
Because you're running thin, because as soon as you don't feel like it, nothing's getting done, right?
Yeah.
Because if I can stack it up, and then if I don't feel like it, I still have ammo. I can still post. I can still, because it's a out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. And then the attention spans that we're dealing with are slimming.
Dude, they're getting smaller. Yeah.
It used to be like a 3-second thing. Now it's like a second and a half, 1.5 seconds to really. So you got to make sure you know how to and when we're editing stuff, just kind of chop it up to where you get a hook on them. Put in something.
The first thing, got to get a hook. I've heard that before.
Yeah, it's gonna help. So find something we say to where people are like, what did he say? And then you kind of explain it in the second part, so it kind of wraps around. So that helps.
Yeah, I got you. Oh, what was I just about to say? I don't know. Hey, how that happens.
Nah, I would just say continue to be a student of the game.
Yeah.
Because it's always changing. It's always evolving. So as much as you can learn, continue to be a sponge and learn as much about technology, as much as about how these mics work, how you can do this better,
oh, dude, it was all a learning process.
I know. Just get on YouTube University.
I've never had a computer before.
There you go.
Until I've used computers, obviously.
Right.
But I've never had a computer before until I started this podcast.
Well, now you're showing yourself what you can do.
Yeah.
So good job, man.
Continue. Appreciate it. It was a struggle. The first podcast I told my dad, because he had came down here. I could not get this thing to record. I was going through different recording apps. Mm-hmm. And I just couldn't get it to record. So I was just like, all right, we were going to film the first one today, but it ain't going to freaking happen. But I eventually got it.
You got it.
Learning process. If you have anything or if you could say any like thing encouraging to any of the fans that are watching, what would it be?
That anything encouraging to the fans, I would just say, life is gonna be whatever we make it, and sometimes we make decisions in the moment that don't really line up with the full picture sometimes, and we gotta just learn how to own that and learn from that. But just continue your path. You know what I'm saying? Don't stop when it gets bad. Don't get so down on yourself, and make sure you continue to surround yourself with a strong support system, with family that loves you, that people that are there when it's not only good times.
Yeah.
So I've learned a lot from people, and I feel like I'm gonna continue to learn because, but I'm not gonna let certain people ruin me.
Yeah, drag you down.
Or ruin me, right? Or ruin me from meeting greater people.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I'll meet somebody, they have a do me bad or do you wrong, and then we're scarred, we're scorned, we're hurt, and we'll miss a blessing from a great person. And one thing I've also learned is that I could meet you for 5 minutes and you have better intentions for me than someone I've known for 5 years.
Yeah.
100%. And I can sometimes you can feel it. Some people in church, you say it's the spirit. In the streets, you say it's a vibe.
Yeah.
Different things. It's that instinct that we have. So I would just say follow your instinct, but also learn. Just want to learn. Be a student.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with learning about anything, especially something that you're interested in.
Knowledge is the key, but I would say for 2023, I tell my bro this all the time, and it helps. But knowledge, or this is called knowledge information. So information is great, right? Mm-hmm. You know how to turn on that computer, you know how to do things, but like without applying your information, nothing gets done. So the formula I came up with for 2023, and I'm sure I'll use it longer, but it's information plus application equals our dreams come true.
Yeah.
And that's what you can apply that to so many things, but take the information, apply it. Like sometimes I speak to people and I talk to people and I got to listen to myself. I need to listen to my own advice because I'm speaking to them, but I'm also like right now I'm speaking to you, but I'm also able to speak to myself.
Yeah, that's true.
And learn from myself. So stay humble with that and just be able to like not just point the finger, like understand that you're part of that human error.
Exactly. And one thing I like to say is I can't believe that I just forgot what I was about to say. It was like a quote, like a motivational quote.
One thing I gotta say is I can't remember what I was about to say.
Yeah.
That should be a good clip.
Yeah. Sacrifice for your dreams before your dreams become your sacrifice.
Agreed. Or follow your dreams before you work for someone who did.
Yeah, that's true. I've always thought about that. Like, man, just going to a job, helping this dude get even more money than he's getting than I could ever get working here.
Right. There's a ceiling for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I told my parents the other week, I was like, my bad, my voice cracked.
No, you good.
I told them, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna have enough money one day to be able to retire my parents, and that's the plan. My dad was like, I'll just work for you. You don't need to retire me, because if I'm retired, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Right.
And he's like hands on all the time. He's got to be doing something.
That's what's up. But take advantage of your dad's eagerness to be a part and put him to work. Yeah. You know what I mean? Take advantage of someone around you that has your best interest.
Yeah.
And that can help you. And, that would be great to be, to implement and helpful,
So this is going back to when you started, but when you were starting, were you ever like nervous that people were going to like judge you or kind of like make fun of you or anything like that? Because with me, you're good. Because with me, I kind of almost before I started doing it, I was like, man, people are going to clown me for this.
Okay.
Or like something like that. But I really have more support, if anything. Like, really, I don't have a lot of hate now doing it. But I don't know. People probably talk behind my back, but it's not like shown, so I don't really care.
And I feel the same way. Like me being an artist, I felt like I was embraced, but at the same time, you have a couple people from whatever walk of life just kind of hate you, just not because you don't perform well, not because you're not talented, but just because of just because of what you look like.
Yeah.
So I ran across some hate. One funny story. One of the worst shows I ever had, because I've performed a lot of shows great. I'm talking amazing. Crowd singing my lyrics word for word, feels amazing. Then you go to other places like,
dead.
Who is this cracker, man?
Yeah.
What you think you doing, man? They literally, man, go over there with that.
Dang.
So, but it was funny, but it's just a growing pain.
Yeah.
I rely on my my foundation of like who I know I am and like the talent that I know I have. So when people, but mostly I get more love than I get hate, and that's just because of my energy and the way I carry myself.
Yeah, you can't really be hating on nobody that just means well.
Right, I mean well, and then I don't want to extend myself to where I try too hard about anything. Yeah. It's a level of self-respect and morals that I keep to where like they can you're reputable. Just be a reputable man and be able to handle yourself in any room, and I feel like that'll be, and I give respect first until so that's the main thing, and find common ground like I said earlier.
Yeah. For sure. What is the biggest show you've ever done?
Biggest show, people wise or like artist wise?
Either or. Okay,
so artist wise, I performed with the Baby, Meg Thee Stallion, a couple other artists, but it was for Orlando station 104.5 The Beat in Orlando. So I performed there for them, and then I also performed in Lakeland before for the Dream Music Festival. It was like the whole side of Bryant Stadium was filled up. Where Lakeland played. So that was one of my most, I would say, personal shows, because it was hometown Lakeland. Yeah. And it was a field I played football on. Now I'm like performing on, and that was cool. So if you look up on YouTube, it said Leegit at Dream Festival. You can find it. It's an older performance, but that's one of my favorites. But I would say with the radio station was the biggest. Yeah. And it was like the coolest setup, because I'm getting promotion. I'm on the radio. They're marketing me on billboards. I'm like back in the back, like it was nice. We in the artist room, we had like crab legs. I've never had this before. But
luxury.
Fried crab legs. Like they done took the meat out the crab leg, the whole thing. You know, you sometimes it break the whole thing, and it was fried. It was so good, bro. But yeah, that was a good show.
You performed one time at the church. Do you remember that? For your grandma, I think it was.
Oh, yeah. My grandma passed away. My great-grandma passed away, and I did a song. That's the only time I've ever performed at church.
Yeah. I remember that. I was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's the, like, far back as I can remember. That's cool. The first memory I have of you.
That's cool.
I didn't even know it was you until you started making music.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was him.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so I did that for the family, and I think I would just put that song on YouTube. But it was just an emotional time, and I tried to just make something memorable for my family to, like, remember my great-grandma by it. So
yeah, I remember it.
That's cool that you remember that.
Yeah, my dad wanted me to ask you if you remembered when y'all were going to the church, if you ever remember him, I guess, taking you by your hands and spinning you around like a helicopter. He said that you loved it when you were like a kid.
So I believe he did that. And then like your dad and your uncle, I used to like look up to them completely, because they were like I was just a kid in the pews, and they were up there on stage playing the drums, singing, and that wasn't, not to say I was scared to do it, but I never had an opportunity to get up there. And I kind of, and also with my younger life, like I was with my grandma for like 5 years as a younger kid, and then I was like kind of moved around with me and my sister, so I didn't get the opportunity to come back to church here or in Bartow. So looking up to them and like just seeing them, like I always wanted to learn how to play the drums. I always wanted to be able to like sing like Buddy, and it was a very inspirational thing that I probably never got a chance to share with them. Yeah. But I definitely would say I appreciate them just being an example of something, that I could see and be like, I want to do that too and follow that dream. So I remember like, this is the funniest thing. So like I don't know if they were doing baptism or something, but like I'll never forget this, but I was a baby. I don't know how I remember this. I think my grandma like talked so much crap about it. But your grandpa, right? He was in the pool like at the YMCA or something. They had did a baptism at the YMCA, and then my grandma brought me down there, and I was like probably I'm talking baby, and all I remember is it was like your grandpa was like, man, put that boy in his underwear, get him in the pool. So I was swimming in my tidy whities. And all I know is your grandpa, he said, jump on my back. And then we just swimming through there, but we in the deep end. So he having to swim, too. So, I just remember that. Your family has always been like definitely a friend of my family, to say the least. And just a foundational piece of what, like, they lean on each other a lot in certain situations. But I appreciate it.
Yeah. I appreciate you coming on this podcast. That was actually pretty cool. I didn't really expect you to respond.
Yeah, man. I try to keep anyone close to me, like I would say you have reach. Yeah. So I make sure that I'm accessible for people, and especially you being a younger guy growing, and this is awesome that you're doing it. So
appreciate it.
I love to help you promote it and help. However, one thing I do want to leave you with is, remember there's a thing called 6 degrees of separation. Have you ever heard of 6 degrees of separation?
No.
So it's a study, and the more we get connected with the internet and stuff like that, the world is going to be like maybe 5 degrees. So 6 degrees is, so you shake my hand, and then I shake another man's hand, and basically you can get to anybody in the world between 6 handshakes.
Okay.
Right. So 6 degrees of separation. It's like we're basically 6 people apart from anybody. So you shake my hand, then I go shake my friend's hand, and then he shakes that guy's hand. Not next thing you know, you can shake everyone from like the president's hand. So,
exactly.
Because it's not about who you know, it's about who the next person knows. So look into that. But that, it's not easy, of course, but it just puts you in the perspective of, you can like contact me, and then I could tell somebody else, like, and it could build. That's how things build.
Always be accessible.
So always be accessible to people, and just like I consider like anybody that knows my family. Yeah. So it's always an open door anytime I can help, bro.
I appreciate it.
Definitely.
I think that's good. We could probably wrap it up.
Yes, sir.
All right. I say this all the time now, because my grandpa says it all the time when I end the podcast. Go with the Lord, and He will go with you.
I like that.